She's sitting across from me, fidgeting with the edge of the contract. Her eyes dart from the bold letters to my face, trying to read whether I'm bluffing. I'm not. If you miss one session, I say, voice flat, you're out. No extensions, no tears, just your bags and the door. She swallows, nods, signs. And just like that, my sister becomes my tenant, my legal responsibility, and my last experiment in trust. She thinks this is mercy. It's not. This is the final hand, and I'm the only one holding the cards. I was 10 when she taught me how to play blackjack. We used toothpicks instead of chips, sitting cross-legged on the living room floor. She wore Mom's sunglasses and called herself the Shark. We laughed so hard that night I forgot our parents were screaming 2 rooms over. She always knew how to distract me, and later, how to deceive me. The first time I noticed something off, I was reconciling my business accounts. $200 here, $500 there, small withdrawals, masked under vendor codes I didn't recognize. It didn't make sense. My books were tight. I ran my freelance design business with surgical precision. Then one day I checked the transaction log. There it was. $50,000. One transfer. Gone. My hands went cold. I scrolled, confirmed. My bank account to hers. She didn't even bother to hide it. I didn't confront her that night, or the next. Instead, I traced the timeline, pulled security logs, matched logins to her IP, downloaded the withdrawal slips, took screenshots of her late-night messages, bragging to her gambling buddies about the gift she landed. I watched her smile at me over Sunday dinner, tell stories, ask for more mashed potatoes, as if she hadn't gutted my savings account to fund roulette tables and whiskey bets. That kind of betrayal doesn't sting. It scorches. But I didn't scream, didn't cry. I made a plan. 2 weeks later, I invited her over for tea. She showed up wearing guilt like perfume, thick, obvious, but still hoping I wouldn't notice. I laid the papers on the table. She didn't deny it, tried to spin it. I was desperate. I was going to pay it back. You have more than enough. And then, finally, she cried. Not because she was sorry, because she got caught. I gave her a choice: rehab, reform, or court. She begged me not to press charges, said she'd do anything, said she wanted to change. So I wrote the terms. Weekly therapy, fully supervised. Daily spending caps, monitored through an app I control. A notarized contract outlining every consequence. And I bought the duplex across town. She'd live in the smaller unit. I'd live in the bigger one. Under one roof, under my eye. She thought that meant closeness. What it really meant was containment. The first month, she played the part. Morning check-ins, gambling addiction support group selfies, even journaling like I asked. I watched her carefully. She started asking about freelance work, offered to run errands, cooked dinner a few times. But I know my sister. She's a charm offensive. Underneath the smiles was a clock ticking, waiting for me to blink. She blinked first. 3 months in, I found a new phone under her mattress. It was locked. I didn't need the password. I already had access to her cloud. Casino apps, chat logs, betting slips, all time-stamped, all recent. She thought the contract was just paper. She didn't realize I'd installed cameras outside the unit, or that the door logs tracked every 3 a.m. sneak out to the late-night poker den. So I waited, set the trap. This morning, I told her I was going out of town, left her alone, gave her freedom. She took the bait. Snuck out before noon. Didn't know I'd called the group counselor ahead of time. Confirmed she'd skipped the last 2 sessions. Didn't know I'd already met with my lawyer. Didn't know the eviction notice was already printed, signed, and ready to serve. I was waiting in her unit when she came back tonight, drunk on delusion, keys jingling, lipstick smudged. She saw me, stopped cold. I held the folder out, calm, final. This time, I said, "It's not tea, it's goodbye." She started to beg, said she slipped, that it wasn't like before, that she was trying. But I didn't move. "You gambled away my trust," I said, "and you lost." I watched her scan the letter, realize what it meant. 2 weeks to vacate, 0 appeal, legal, bulletproof. She sobbed, collapsed onto the floor. I didn't kneel beside her, just turned, walked upstairs, and locked the door behind me. I don't feel guilty. People confuse compassion with weakness. But I didn't do this out of cruelty. I gave her the rope. She tied the knot, and now I cut it. I used to believe family meant unconditional love. Now I know better. Family is loyalty, accountability, boundaries, and when those are broken, what's left is just a blood-stained contract with no value.